Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your love and relationship reading for March 2019. I haven't done these for ages, and I always feel the need to tune in to what's going on for the signs and their relationships, because it really helps me when I'm doing my personal readings. Okay, so I'm doing them just to check in with the energy. So what's the central issue for the sign of Scorpio for March 2019? Because I found you had the King of Swords, remember? And I thought, oh, that's quite interesting. What is the message of that? And I think that's what inspired me to do the relationship readings. So what's the central card for the sign of Scorpio for March 2019? So you've got the Hermit as the central issue. You're approaching them as the Queen of Wands. They're the Ten of Wands, okay? Probably why you're the Hermit, because the Ten of Wands is a card of carrying quite a lot. Emotionally, you're the Five of Discs and they're the Three of Wands, okay? The separation here, Scorpio. That's where the King of Swords showed up. Outcome, Ace of Cups. Hey! Their outcome is the Seven of Swords. Don't worry about the Seven of Swords. Funny card to show up when you're the Ace of Cups. So then you get the Lover's card, the Empress, ooh, beautiful, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to read this. The Hermit is the card that's connecting you. You're the Five of Discs and they're the Three of Wands. This is about two people emotionally separated from each other. There's absolutely not one single bit of a doubt here, guys. Even if you're not physically separate, there's an emotional, your partner might feel like they're turning their back a little bit, which is leaving you in the Five of Pentacles. Couldn't be clearer. And that's where the Hermit's the connecting card. You're approaching them mentally as the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, very passionate queen, a lot of sexual attraction, very magnetic. But they are the Ten of Wands. So they're feeling burdened, Scorpio. And if they're feeling burdened, this is why you are the Five of Pentacles. Because when you're in the Ten of Wands, they're in an awful lot of time to give love and affection. And relationships are a dance between two people. And one person goes into one place, you automatically go into the other. But the outcome for you is the Ace of Cups. So beautiful, okay? Which is classically coming back together. They are the Seven of Swords, okay? The Seven of Swords is a bit of a shadow card. So what I mean with the shadow card is having a lot of doubts, okay? Being really straightforward. Overthinking, basically, is the Seven of Swords. I don't get it. I don't read the cards the way that other people do. I love the way other people read them. But it's a shadow card. It's grey. Which means I think they're like this because of the Ten of Wands. This could be carrying... When we're in the Ten of Wands, there's sometimes a lot of issues that we haven't quite processed yet. Can be psychological, can be emotional, can be practical, by the way. But that's where they're at. So why the Seven of Swords, please? The World card. So maybe there's maybe they're still resolving issues, actually. I guarantee you they're resolving issues. And when they get to the World, means it's been complete, and that's why you're the Ace of Cups, okay? So you might have a passion for someone who's not... That Ten of Wands is someone who's carrying burdens, by the way. And they need to get to the World card before there can be the change that wants to happen here. But how this is evolving, first is the Lover's card. Say no more. This is a love reading, okay? And the Empress right over it is love you can see and touch and feel. So absolutely love it. This is connection. I describe the Empress love as a bee and a flower. You can't prevent it. Very much loving the way that nature loves can't be avoided. It just is, okay? She holds the earthy sign of Venus, which is the love that you can touch and you can feel. So it's not love on the abstract, but love in your hands, guys. It then goes to the Seven of Wands, which is a little bit of a barriers going up again. Scorpio, that's the dance of life. Sometimes people's hearts are open and there's a flow, and other times there's a little bit of withdrawal. Once we begin to understand, and that's what you rule the natural cycles. And sometimes we're open and there's a massive loving, and sometimes there's a retreat from that. And when we go into the retreat, sometimes we can panic and not to see, well, that's the natural flow. Sometimes, and it's going to the Four of Wands after that. So there's this absolutely beautiful love here, by the way. Then a little bit of a withdrawal. The sevens are all about gaining personal mastery, sorting yourself out, basically, to tell the truth. That seems to be what the person's going through, because they're trying to get to the world, which is the ending of one whole cycle. Yeah? So when you're in the sevens, a little bit of a shadow card, but it's only a shadow card because everything's not fully resolved yet. But let's hope those 10 wands are going down. So when you get the Seven of Wands, the boundaries are going back up again. I have to be honest with what I see. But then they come back down again in the Four of Wands. And there's an awful lot of happiness and celebration in that Four of Wands cards. So your relationships look very interesting in the month of March. There's definitely this emotional disconnection. And even, as I said, if you're not apart in distance, it might just be someone's going into a little bit of a difficult personal space. But that's what happens. People go into spaces. That's really good. That's what astrology teaches us, by the way. Transits happen in the end. So we learn not to sweat when people are going into these spaces, but we await the return and we keep our heart open, and the love flows and continues in a very, very healthy way. It seems to me that you're dealing with someone who's working to resolve a few issues, Scorpio. So I'm going to ask for an advice card for you. It's always quite difficult when you're dealing with someone who's working through stuff, because it puts you right in that five of discs. But your advice is the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is following your heart, following your desires, acting on impulse, but it's very much a card about fun, not taking life too serious. If your partner or the person that you're interested in is not showing an awful lot of interest, I guarantee you that will pass. But only when they deal with the sevens, because in reality, there's no such thing as an ideal person, because we're always going through cycles. And I think you're interested in someone who's going through a cycle, by the way, or your main relationship is. The trick is to let them be. And that's when we begin to deal with our own difficulties and our own fears. And that is the beautiful dance of love, Scorpio. Okay? I'll speak to you next week. Bye.